Uh, very good morning to all of you, and thank you to CII for having me here. Uh, well, to begin with, as the theme of the topic is to innovate for a sustainable future, what I feel is the our entire industry has to adopt an innovative approach, and along with its adjoining ecosystem to grow smartly and grow sustainably. So to do this, obviously, cutting edge innovation is the imperative which we need to adopt. And so companies will not only innovate for their own profit, but they would innovate to create a sustainable ecosystem so that people at large enjoy the best quality of life. And this approach of innovation towards our existing businesses is changing the way the industry were doing businesses before. So, as per me, the sustainability a, is a company's ability to create a positive and societal impact, and this will rapidly reshape its competitive advantage. Now, competitive advantage can come through many ways. It can come through a cost leadership, it can come through customer centricity, high skilled workforce, innovation, adoption of unique technology, etc. But these all need to create a sustainable growth, which is good for the globe at large. Now, we all know that ESG, that is environment, sustainable and governance, has become the key word, and obviously the entire world is moving through a transformation to a better climate. And in these, whenever the globe moves towards that, there are four major overarching, global initiatives which will accelerate the technological innovations across the industries which are concerned, mainly power, which we deal with, the industries, the transport, the agriculture, and others. Now, if you talk on the sustainability transformations, there are top three actions which I feel. First is to develop a sustainable, sustainability strategy, then capture the, opportunities with this sustainability efforts are going to create, and build a sustainable business by embedding digitalization and technology. Now, we understand that technology or digitalization has been a greatest disruptor, but I personally feel sustainability is a bigger disruptor, which is an overarching thing, and which would embed all these, digitalization and innovation into it. If you look at our company as a power company, we are sustainability is one of our core value, and whatever we do, we try to ensure that we do it in a sustainable way. Now let's come to create to see that what we can do. We all know that today, as the more and more urbanization happens, and as India tries to move towards a $5 trillion economy, a lot of transportation, the transportation part is going to increase in every city because of urbanization, and obviously it is going to increase in every town also. Now, the normal IC vehicles or the conventional fuel vehicles, they create a lot of tailpipe emission, which creates suspended particulate matter like PM 2.5 or PM 10, and they create health hazards. So as the whole world moves or transforms towards an electric vehicle or electric mobility system, this adoption is going to help the world to reduce the tailpipe emission to zero, because an electric vehicle does not have any tailpipe emission. Moreover, this electric vehicle has minimal, negligible movable parts, so operating costs also are lower in terms of maintenance, as well as the cost of petrol, diesel vis-a-vis electricity. We may take a simple example. If you take a two-wheeler, 1 liter, let's say two-wheeler would travel about, let's say, 70 kilometers, and it would cost about 100 rupees. Whereas when you go for doing it on through the electric as a fuel, well, it drops down. It becomes, about 1/6 of it. So naturally, it's going to help in the longer run. So what we are doing is that we have trying to prime the ecosystem by creating electrical vehicle charging infrastructure. We have done 3 public charging stations along with the municipal corporation. We are providing the infrastructure to the transport garages where already 80 electric buses are moving, and maybe this fleet is going to go up to 1,000. So we are going to scale up our electrical vehicle charging infrastructure to ensure that nobody suffers from range anxiety. Well, obviously, two-wheelers can be charged at home and all, and so buildings and spaces would have that charging infrastructure. The second parameter which we feel is cooking. When cooking was done through normal fuels, that also creates a lot of pollution. But again, we have been trying to sensitize the society and make it aware that electric cooking is going to be is much more cleaner, safer, and affordable. And we have been working towards conversion of many the commercial places, the restaurants, and the other people through many associations to ensure that how people can transform to electric cooking and save the atmosphere. Now, coming down to the changes in the power sector, a lot of decarbonization and decentralization is going to happen. So a lot of microgrids are going to develop. People will try to produce their own power, and they will become as a prosumer, so they can have solar rooftops. And then there is going to be storage, which is coming up, because renewable per se, as an off-grid energy source, will not be able to supply 24/7 power. So naturally, storage will come up. So we ourselves are testing out storages. We have already implemented one storage in our license area, and we are studying that data on that. And we feel that this storage will improve the intermittency of the power, and it would store power at a low peak period during the night and release during the high peak period, high cost power. And this would help the entire ecosystem to be a little more sustainable. So we are working to see what are the technologies which can be done to take advantage of this. So if we can grow our business model accordingly by use of technology. So we are testing out blockchain as a technology where this blockchain can help peer-to-peer trading. That means if a consumer may be an either user, and they could be a producer like a storage or renewable, and they could be a prosumer. That means he produces and uses power also. So through a distributed ledger system, this can be connected, and people can take power at various points of the time on various time slots, and we can help them do that as a system integrator, aggregator. So this is the way we would try to evolve in the future. And we have seen that to build sustainable, businesses, and especially the pandemic has taught us that how can we ensure that we can adopt technologies which has induced business cases. And these technologies or cutting edge disruptions are mainly aimed at 3 things: that how do we improve our operational efficiency further, how do we provide a good customer experience, and an optimized cost. So we are going forward like adoption of Industry 4.0, which ensures that all our assets are in pristine health by use of embedded sensors in our assets. Those sensors may be humidity sensors, temperature sensors, etc., or it may be drones, and or it may be cameras. They capture the status of the network online, and they relay all this data on the head-end system, and we do a data analytics on that, and we try to attend to that asset before it goes to failure stage. So it is from preventive maintenance, we are going to predictive maintenance. And obviously we are also using immersive technologies like augmented reality, mixed reality, and we are trying to we have built digital twins so that our assets can come on the mobility platform onto the workforce hand, and so that they can do it without going to the place remotely, and they can do all the diagnosis as well as restore power remotely. So the final thing which I would like to say, to make the workforce agile, we are adopting two processes. One is business process automation through bots or RPAs, all the manual process going there. So, and second is the workforce automation by the help of the mobility platform on their apps. And not only that, in the customer front, what we have done, so that the customer did not come to us, especially in the pandemic period. So in this high touch, to create a high touch experience in a low touch, no touch world, we have been extensively using chatbot, WhatsApp bot, and now going to voice bot, to ensure that our consumers can access all the digital services, whether it's a new connection, with payment, whatever it wants on these platforms, at their fingertips and at their safety and comfort of their homes and offices. Further, we are using AI/ML, artificial machine learning, to understand all the data, the huge data which we have, which comes from our network assets, from the meters, from the consumer data. How do we create something by which we can improve further our reliability, and also track the sentiment of what the consumer needs in terms of its latent needs through hearing from the social media, and thus create a better ecosystem for everybody to work towards a sustainable future. Thank you very much for having me here.